Hi, welcome. It's Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool's college football podcast, brought to you by Twisted Tea. It is a tradition we're bringing back, Monday Night Live. We haven't done it yet this year. I don't think we have, or at least maybe we did one. But anyway, we're doing Monday Night Live. T-Bob's first one, I guess, and then Blutman's over there in the pink. There's Big Ev joining from wherever he's joining from. But before we get started, Twisted Tea is our presenting sponsor this year, and thank goodness because they are outstanding, delicious. There's Big Ev smiling with his right now. If I know my Twisted Tea, I think he's got the original in his hand. I'm a peach tea connoisseur of Twisted Tea myself. Kayce likes the raspberry. T-Bob just likes it all. T-Bob's muted, but he loves it. Trust me.
Wait. How about now? Yes.
Okay. All right.
Guilty as charged. I like alcohol so much. I got a company-wide email sent out. Okay. So I challenge anybody to love alcohol more than I do. Okay. Bang.
Well, I'm not necessarily sure you were alone in that, but we marched forward.
I didn't get an email. Okay. I did not receive an email.
Yeah, that's true. It was only me.
It was a Barstool Chicago email, I believe, Kayce. Well, that's okay.
I saw the email. I just did not personally receive it.
All right. Well,
only been on the job a couple of weeks. Hell of a start. Let's keep it going, guys. Only go up from here.
To be fair, at one point on this podcast history, Katie Stats was eating styrofoam because she was having a night
but that was a different time. We were on the road. We were in Starkville, Mississippi. That was quite the time.
We're allowed to use styrofoam on here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, Blut.
I would have started a long time ago.
Wait, Blut, do you have any crust on you? Do you have any crust?
What?
Crust?
No,
Yeah.
I'm all out, I guess.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I was hoping that there was a bit in there and Liam was just going to pull out just a wad of crust.
Yeah.
I think it would have been funnier if Big Ev had said, "No, I got some," and he pulls out crust.
Yeah, that was that's the ideal writing room comedy right there.
Wait, did you get cheesed, perhaps?
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
That was a good time to pull out the cheese.
Okay, no, I ain't never been cheesed in my life. My pants are too tight, my legs is too thick. Spider can't get me.
Respect.
I'd have to be asleep.
I got home today and I had a mini beef stick in my back pocket.
Oh, you got slim.
You got slim. You got beefed in the butt.
Oh, jeez. Spider is the king of it. I've had him in my purse, my suitcase every time I go to Chicago. He's crazy. By the way, Brandon, did you see what Katie just said?
Yeah, so it was on the screen. It said, "Keep my name out of your mouth," but she wasn't talking to me. She was talking to you.
No, I know. That's just unnecessary roughness lore. Okay, that was what, 2020? It's fine.
Is that how? Oh God, is that how long ago it was?
No, because wasn't that when we were in Starkville during COVID? We did the meet and greet and we had to wear the masks for the photos.
That's right. All right. So this is Monday Night Live. It's going to be chat heavy. It's going to be tweet heavy. We put out a question on Twitter. Hey, give us your questions for tonight, and I'll just go through them and I'll ask them, and everybody can answer. Blut, I don't think I'm missing any news. We had the AP poll come out. Nothing spectacular out of that. Mississippi State just got fined $500,000. Did I see that?
Well,
500 for one rush? I thought it was like 100K on one rush.
Maybe I got ball sack. Maybe I got wrong information.
No, maybe not.
Drink puts a dork. That's pretty cool.
I don't know why don't y'all like drink? Yes, okay, but
I like drink.
But he owns his dorkiness to where it wraps around to being cool again. That's what I'm saying.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, Jordan A says, I'm gonna say T-Bob. You get the first question. Jordan A says, there are blank mini quarterbacks in the SEC better than Bo Pribula at Missouri. There are blank mini quarterbacks in the SEC better than Bo Pribula at Missouri. I said T-Bob. I'll open it up to anybody. I would say it's less than 5.
So I would say
I think I would place him. I think I'd place him in the top 5 and not even worry about it right now. So I would say Nuss is definitely a top 5 guy. I'll tell you who's not.
DJ Lagway. That's what I was about to say. We can take Lagway out for now.
Lagway out, and you could probably put Arch to the side right now too, to be honest.
Yeah, probably so.
Pribula might be top 3 right now.
Nuss and Sellers for sure are better.
John Mateer.
I'll give you that.
Okay,
I
so
think Prabula might be 4th or 5th. Aguilar's been good at Tennessee so far. We'll see him against some opponents soon.
We'll see.
I still like Prabula a little better.
I like Marcel Reed. We haven't played anybody yet.
Oh,
but I do.
Marcel Reed has been good.
Marcel Reed. That'll be a test this weekend.
So Jackson Arnold's done well, but I would still have Prabula above him. I would say right now. Big Av, your guy. Nashville, Vanderbilt.
Oh, Diego Pavia. Yeah, we got to put Pavia above him. Yeah, put Pavia.
Prabula's really good. They're similar. Prabula's probably a little more dynamic.
I mean, if you're throwing him in there, then you gotta mention Taylon Green as well.
Yeah.
So I got to be honest. Trust Tree. I've not watched a minute of Arkansas yet this year. How's Taylon been looking?
Good. He's the only player on that team.
I haven't watched a second of Arkansas this season either.
Wow.
I watched a heavy dose of Taylon at Boise State, and he's grown tremendously.
Yeah.
They're I think they're sneaky live this weekend in Oxford, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, Austin Simmons stinks too.
We might have learned that. Mincy's talking up. He's got an ankle injury. I don't know how much stock I'm putting into that. It's been bad, just errant throw after errant throw. The offensive line stinks. Ole Miss don't got it.
Oh wait, that's top 5 guys.
Gunnar Stockton, would you put him?
TBD.
I see the chat saying no mention of Gunnar. Interesting, forgetting Gunnar Stockton. I promise you, I am not forgetting Gunnar Stockton.
We're not forgetting
I've seen him play.
He was actually the first name I was thinking of, just teams on the top of my head. I was like, Georgia, Gunnar, no. The first one. It's no disrespect to him.
I'm going through the mental
really
list.
good.
The mental list of all the quarterbacks.
I think Nuss and Sellers are 1-2 right now. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Definitely.
Then I think you start lining up with Mateer, Prabula, and then you go from there.
There's an argument to be made that Mateer has played better than Nuss and Sellers.
There's an argument to be made that Prabula's played better than all 3 of them.
Yeah, you could shoot me out really.
Not by quality of opponent.
Nussmeier, Prabula, Mateer, Lenoris.
Sellers ain't played nobody.
That's what I'm saying. I would put. I'm not arguing for Sellers. I'm saying I don't think I would put Prabula ahead of Mateer. I think Mateer could be my 1 right now.
Prabula has a better win than Mateer does.
Kansas. Better than
drop that one on us.
Better than Michigan.
That's a 6-6 team. I told you beginning of the season. I don't know why Michigan was ranked. They're ranked because of the name only. There's not. What's on that team? Is it the receivers they don't have? Is it the offensive line that isn't very good? What is it?
I don't think it. Again, we talked about this morning like 46 hours ago. It's their head coach.
Yeah.
Their talent is there, Brad. The talent's there to be an 8, 9, 10 win team. The head coach doesn't have a ball sack, so they're not going to win games.
Listen, the truth really is, though, Michigan, they beat us in the rivalry game. They've had this very false sense of arrogance because they won that game that has clouded their brains to not realize and look back at the season they had and realize that it was dog shit. They lost 5 games, and they don't really know what the fuck's going on right now. But winning that game has made them think that things are better than they are and parade around like they're better than they actually are.
And also going out and getting a quarterback for $12 million or whatever it was. I mean, and I think that Bryce Underwood is going to be a really good quarterback. But when you have the beating Ohio State and going out and getting the quarterback that was supposed to go to LSU and everything around it, like they are going to be high on it. I have to agree with Liam, though. I just don't understand the game plan. And their offensive line is not as good. Like they're just, meh.
Question number 2. From Travis at Travy5434. After 2 400-yard passing games by Sawyer Robertson against 2 Power 4 teams, is it time to start mentioning him in Heisman talk? I will answer first. As far as 2 games in, if you had to make a Heisman leaderboard, he is easily top 5. Now, you got to project him down the road when Baylor's probably got 4 or 5 losses, and is he going to be good enough to stay in? I don't know. But through 2 games, if we were keeping a running scoreboard of Heisman, yes, I would have him near the top, T-Bob.
You're giving him 4 or 5 losses like that?
No, I'm just saying.
Like that dismissively?
Well, they are. I picked him to go to the playoff. I picked him to win the Big 12. After watching the defense for 2 weeks, I don't think 4 or 5 losses is that crazy of a notion. Like, he's going to be playing for his life every week. He's going to have to score 50 points just to keep up. So, but let's say it's 2 or 3 losses, whatever. I don't think they're going 11-1. And
yes, to win the Heisman as a 3-loss team, it takes a number of elements, right? You have to have It's like how Jaden Daniels was able to sneak in because there wasn't any super dominant player on one of the great teams that year. So it's a tough needle to thread for Sawyer. But as you said, through 2 weeks, I'd say he's top 3 right now.
Agreed.
He's been nothing but fantastic. And coming back the other day when they were dead fucking in the water was just unreal ballsy. Like as many testicles as Sharon Moore is missing, according to Blutt. That's how many Sawyer has.
Can you
Blutt, how many is he missing?
2.
Two of them things. Can you guys name your 3 or 5 then in the Heisman? I'm curious. I don't, not to put you guys on the spot, but I am very curious.
I'd put Mateer in there.
Yes.
I put Mateer, I put Sawyer Robertson, and I have a wild card, and I know I just hated on his team. What's keeping Justice Haynes out of the conversation right now?
Ooh.
Interesting.
Let me see something.
That is, I did not expect
He's
you
been
to say
pretty
that.
good.
That you just said they're a 6-6 team.
He's been pretty. Listen, I'm going through 2 weeks though, Big F. Through 2 weeks, he's been pretty dang good.
Fourth in the country in rushing right now. 142 a game, 4 tuds.
You guys want to have Beck in there?
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
Put him in.
I would still put Lenora Sellers in there. I know they haven't played anybody.
Lenore's ain't done a thing this year. Lenore's did nothing against South Carolina State.
The other night was bad.
I'm being dead honest, real. Lenore's cannot throw a football if it ain't a clean pocket.
I believe that after the SEC play, Lenora Sellers will still be in the conversation. I'm not going to say he's going to win it. I never said he's going to win it.
What's the
Byron Brown?
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck yes. Yes.
Obviously, this will
have Sawyer up there. I'd have Dampier up there too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Big F.
This obviously isn't going to last, but what's the guy's name? Swaney. He's returned 3 punts for touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's got 3 punt return touchdowns in 2 weeks. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I'm saying that's
but like through 2 weeks, he should be in the ceremony. Like 1,000%. That's a great call.
Big F, I'm going to throw. Yeah, go ahead, Blunt.
Castellanos, I'd also have ahead of Sawyer.
Yeah,
I don't think Sawyer's a 3 or 5 guy right now, to be honest.
Would you have Luke Altmaier anywhere?
I'd have Julian Sayin up there probably because I know what he's going to do the entire duration of the season. Not off.
I wouldn't have Altmaier up there because I don't want his little bitch ass friends to tell him.
But look, Altmaier could be top 5 for sure as well right now.
I mean Dante Moore, I guess.
Yeah, Dante Moore for sure.
Dante Moore's got to be.
So it sounds like in our top 3 we've got 37 guys.
Yes. Well, it's 2 weeks.
I mean, it's 2 weeks.
I mean, I want to talk about Eli Holstein.
And
guy's off to a hot start.
Game, but I don't know. I can't put Sawyer up there. I think 35 is way too rich.
All right. Well,
we're just guys talking ball.
Brendan Thompson. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to throw a Big Ten question at you, Big Ev. How good can Michigan State be under Jonathan Smith?
So I was a huge fan in Oregon State. Huge fan. Shiles again he's that guy you can't quit. Like he just will keep showing you those flashes of greatness while also mixing in some bad and some oh my God, what are you doing? I think they can be pretty good. I don't know. I still think that even this year, like I think a good season for them would be. I have to look at their schedule deeper, but like middle of the pack for them would be like would be solid for them, and I think that's achievable.
Help me out with this, Ev, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kayce.
No, I was going to say, didn't you have Aiden Childs as like your surprise player of the year for the Big Ten? Brandon looks pretty good so far through 2 weeks.
That's okay. See, I told you to go ahead, and then that was just mean. That was just outright mean. There was no that. Granted, I mean, that's a bit of Brandon being hoisted on his own petard. But real quick on Michigan State, Ev, like that is a once very proud program that has a ton of money, or at least they have incredible facilities, right? I remember seeing them back in the day being mind blown. D'Antonio had them consistently at a national level. Do you think, like, is this a situation where is that more about just D'Antonio, or does Michigan State have the inherent power to like, is it a coach problem, or is it more of a program problem in the NIL era?
I don't know, because it's also interesting too, because their personnel has been different. Because like what I loved at Oregon State is they were like a defensive, like they ran the football really well, like always had really good offensive linemen. Like, and obviously they have a dynamic quarterback with a huge arm and Childs, so like it's a little different, just the way their team is designed. or constructed, I should say. But no, I mean, them getting like, if they could get to like, I don't know, trying to be realistic for them, like 8th or 9th in the Big Ten. I think that's like respectable considering where they were ranked at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Who's Kayce? Whose stock would you rather have? Florida State stock or Tennessee stock?
Oh, I like this question. Good question.
I think I'm going to have to go. I mean, both good answers. I think I'm going to have to go Florida State just because I think that the ACC, especially now that we've seen Clemson look the way that they have, I think that the ACC is more wide open. And as much as I thought Castellanos wasn't going to be worth a shit after what happened at BC, I'm not going to be able to quit this guy. So obviously I was wrong about Tennessee as well, but I'm going to take Florida State just because, I mean, we'll see what happens with Miami this weekend, but Florida State winning the ACC is rising up my leaderboard.
I personally think every week, well, it's only been 2 weeks. I think Miami might be the best team in the ACC by a mile. That didn't answer that question at all, so we can save that take for later, but she did bring up Florida State winning the ACC. T-Bob, stock, Tennessee or Florida State?
Am I looking to do a little pump and dump, or am I talking about holding long term?
You can do whatever you want with your stock.
Because I think it's two different answers. Pump and dump, I might be on Florida State. If I'm just going short term this year, easier conference, Castellanos stand on business in the way that he did, the confidence gain therein, a literal launching pad of confidence. Long term, though, I still feel Tennessee. Florida State's just way too volatile of a stock. And maybe the most incredible thing that Josh Heupel seems to be building at Tennessee is a consistency that had eluded them for years, where he's been able to maintain winning even when they've been kind of fatally flawed. So, like, just watch out when they get their next Hendon Hooker. Except now they have years of seasoning on their defense. They're running how they build those lines. Like Tennessee can get back to being national championship good. I mean, Tennessee could probably get back to being a perennial SEC contender. Florida State still feels more volatile to me.
I mean, also, oh, no.
You know, I'll take Florida State based on the defense. I trust their defense more. I think they got some shit to them. Nasty team, physical. Tennessee, I love the offense. I think the defense left a little to be desired against Syracuse. So I'll take Florida State.
And we'll see how real they are this weekend, like against Georgia. Like, I mean, it's a huge test on Saturday to answer that question.
You know, you say that. There's a chance we see how real Georgia is this weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's real for both of them. It's a contender and pretender game.
That's what I wanted to touch on. The answer for me is unequivocally Tennessee. They've played 2 games. They haven't had Jermod McCoy. Both their starting corners are out this week. Ricky Gibson's not going to play, so they're down their starting 2 corners. Yet Brandon Walker, this line opened at Tennessee plus 7.5. What's it down to right now? You want to take a guess?
The way you said it, I haven't looked at it today. I'm gonna say 5.5.
Brandon, without their top 2 cornerbacks, they are a 3.5-point underdog as of this very second. They're saying something, and that's all I'm going to say. And when you look at the rest of Tennessee's schedule, they get past this Georgia game with the W. Told you so.
Is it back-to-back playoffs for the Vols?
Well, listen.
It could be more than a back-to-back.
By the way, they do have to. They have a Mizzou-level SEC schedule.
Correct. That's why you got to invest in these teams.
You're right.
When everyone swerved off Tennessee, I said, ooh, let me get a lot of that stock. Yeah. Okay.
They got to come to Starkville in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What is okay?
Look, it's been a good week.
No, Brandon, I love it. I love it.
Brandon, keep that energy. Keep that energy.
Did this not work first time, T-Bob?
It did. Look, I'm not going to rain on your parade. Fuck him. They ain't ready for them cowbells. Let's go, Klanga.
All I'm saying, they get through Georgia, and they got to come to Starkville in a couple of weeks.
Hell yeah.
I've seen some stats. Georgia's, I know they got the injuries in the secondary, was already looking a little suspect. Heupel was involved. Might be able to take advantage of that.
Well, I got a question coming at you after Kayce reads this ad of our wonderful sponsor.
We're going to talk about Vuori, Brandon, because it's incredibly versatile and it's comfortable and it's perfect for whatever you're doing, whether you're shopping, whether you're working out, whether you're on an airplane, whether you're celebrating a Mississippi State win. Wear your Vuori. T-Bob, I think you said you're wearing it on Fox Sports 1 now?
Yeah. So I bought some stuff, but I think I also have a package coming in. It's so comfortable, fits the body great, breathes great, makes you look good and confident. So I'll continue to report back more though.
Vuori is an investment in your happiness, and our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself the most comfortable clothing on the planet at vuori.com/roughness. That's Vuori, VUORI.com/roughness. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but you'll enjoy free shipping on any U.S. order over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/roughness and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
I gotta tweet out the link, but I'm gonna set up your question right now, Blutman, because I want to answer this too, but you're gonna answer it first. Grebe43 says, Blutman, should we get rid of rankings until week 6 and rank teams based on resume instead of roster strength? The eye test still important, and how you win or lose matters, but the blue chip index or come on, who to win a neutral site should never be used. Blutman, thoughts?
No, week 6 is too extreme. As I said for a few years, you rank after week 4. The most teams by then would have played 2 fairly easy games and 2 pretty decent to good sized tests. The whole preseason's ranking thing is absolute garbage. I don't know how everyone across the country puts up with that and puts stock into it. I learned at the young age of 11 years old, there ain't no point in playing the preseason poll. It lasts the entirety of the season. People will say it doesn't. It does. It's terrible. What you thought of a team in July should not matter in October. That is a fact. I don't know. I wait till the end of week 4 and I evaluate what I'm going to do my rankings after week 4. I'll evaluate what I saw on the field, what I think the team could be, what they have accomplished on the field, and how I think they would fare against other teams. The logos and brands don't matter, but it matters for the absolute geezers that are putting together these polls. Lest we forget the ineptitude of so many pollsters. I, again, have to use this team as the example because people are so lost and clueless with it. Utah didn't receive votes in so many polls after week 1, whereas some voters who actually watched the sport had Utah as high as 7. Many of them had that be ranked. Well, not me, because I don't have a vote, and I wouldn't want to vote because I don't want to be grouped with this bunch of people.
All right, I'm glad you answered that way, because I've noticed a lot of people saying, should we not rank teams in preseason? Should we wait till week 4? Should we wait till week 6? Preseason rankings are very stupid, and they're done by a lot of uneducated people. We should never, ever, ever give up preseason rankings.
Thank you. What the fuck are we talking about? This is the entertainment industry.
You know what league doesn't do preseason rankings? Every other fucking league. NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL. They don't do preseason rankings. College football does. And the stupidity of some voters and the stubbornness of some voters and their inability to see talent and their ability to suck the cocks of every big team is a part of the fabric of college football. Listen, are they wrong a lot of times? Yeah, but it's a part of the fabric of college football. Being able to argue on August 12th that LSU is overrated or Notre Dame's underrated or Florida State's underrated is part of the fabric of what we do. And I understand they're stupid, Blutman. They are. They're stupid. Yep. And there's voters right now that don't deserve their vote. So maybe we give better people votes, but don't ever, ever, ever get away from preseason polls.
Go ahead, Kayce.
No, I was going to say also, just even if that was on the table, TV networks will never let that happen because there's going to be the hype. There's everything around it with the money involved. But also, Blutman, I understand what you're saying that and we had this argument in the gambling cave before the Michigan game. Like, how much stock do you put in week 1 to week 2? And it was a very long and drawn out argument. However, I do think that if you don't have those preseason rankings, how in the world do you even remotely get excited for certain games? Like I'm saying, obviously you're always going to watch your teams, but we saw what happened with Ohio State and Texas, right? We all knew that's a 1-2 matchup. Now we move forward. We're like, Ohio State's the real deal. We knew they would win the national title, but without that number next to those teams, that takes away the excitement for the viewers.
Oh, I completely disagree.
No, Casey's right, dude. This is the entertainment industry.
I completely disagree because we as college football fans, as diehard college football fans who live, breathe, and die by this sport know that we could go out there to any game and realize who is good and who is bad. We don't need numbers to tell us that
Michigan need numbers.
Oklahoma is a big game. We don't need numbers to tell us that.
I'm not talking about the diehards like you that watch every single snap of every single game. I'm talking about the general public of college football.
The general public will know Ohio State, Texas is a
the general public would not know that.
See, Texas, Ohio State was an outlier because we had the defending champs and Arch Manning. That was kind of an outlier.
But to have those numbers,
I think.
Then let's just lie to him and tell him Michigan, Oklahoma is this big deal of a game when it's two teams that aren't even top 25 teams. Let's just lie to him straight.
Oklahoma is a top 25 team.
I don't know if they are.
I don't lie to him.
I think he's right in that. He's right in that sense. Oklahoma and Michigan was built as this big double-ranked game. Michigan certainly shouldn't have been ranked. Oklahoma should be like between 18 and 25. He's right about that. And Kayce, I liked your point until you use Ohio State, Texas. That was
her point, but her fucking point stands, guys. This is fucking show business.
Yes,
narratives. Narratives are what matters. Narratives and stakes.
It is an outlier.
Remember the Notre Dame game like a decade ago? We acted like that was some big-time, glorious gladiator matchup. Both those teams stunk.
Yeah, but how good did it feel at the time?
Every game will feel good at the time, despite the rankings, because some of us love the sport.
You are built different, Blutman, and that is a good thing. You are built so different. Like, you are the number one ball knower. Everyone wants to sit down and pick your brain with everything that you know, and that is a great thing for the general public that sits down and watch college football, and for the outliers that might not necessarily be watching every single week. If you see a matchup in week 1, week 2, into October almost, and you're like, hey, this is the 15 versus the number 18 in the country, you pay more attention to it. You have to have that.
And in the playoff era.
Hold on. Let me go.
That's my problem, is that we lie to them because we have a bunch of uneducated, absolute dweebs ranking the teams that don't know anything at all, that aren't watching everything, that are asleep at 5:33 p.m. and don't watch the last 43 games of the day, that have clear biases against certain sections of the country, and that cannot be argued at all.
Guys, if you lose, you drop out. If you win, you rise up. What the fuck are we talking about?
Okay.
This is good. And in the playoff era, we have playoff rankings that exist independently that get named after you have a huge sample size. So it really doesn't matter. It is pure entertainment. It is just to establish stakes for the common viewer.
No, I'm glad Florida got 70 votes to be ranked. I'm glad.
You're right.
That's a great job by the voters.
You're right. The voters are stupid. You're definitely right. I think the stupidity is integral to the sport, and I think that says a lot about me, but it is what it is. Every point you have made is crystal clear right, Blutman. What the AP ought to do is knock it down to like the 25 best people that they have voting and let those people vote, or the 30 best people. Right now, it's a bloated mess with people that have no business voting on shit.
And clear biases, because half of them, if not more, are all just beat writers that want to prop up their little team and want to prop down their little bad friends.
All right, question. I will let Big Av go first on this one. If USF beats Miami this weekend, where realistically will they be ranked? Where should they be ranked?
If they beat Miami, they should be 5.
I would say between like 5 and 9. Yeah.
I think up to 5 is realistic. Now, like, talking about what's going to happen in the game is a whole other thing. But if they pull it off, yeah, I think they absolutely would be deserving of a 5, 6.
On FS1 today, Dave Portnoy said if they win this weekend, they should be number 1 because they would have the best resume. Dave Portnoy is an idiot and a moron. I don't believe in week 3 we need to be talking about resumes. Resumes would be 25% done at that point. But they should be top 5 to top 10. Blutman, where do you fall on that?
I would rank USF in the top 10 and let them ride it out the rest of the year. I'd probably put them at 9 or 10. Again, the resume doesn't matter fully, but if you think about from this American Athletic, so I guess you can't call it the conference that anymore, regardless, if you look at it from their perspective, that's pretty much their entire resume. It's Boise State, it's Florida, and it's this hypothetical Miami win. That's conference play. They went out, played 3 very difficult games, and took care of business you actually do have to fully factor in that resume. You put them in the top 10, and if they ride out, you probably got an undefeated top 5 team at the end of the year, and you give them their flowers. They get a bye potentially, and we move on.
Kayce, if USF beats Miami this week, where are you putting them?
I would put them between like 6 and 9, probably, for all the same reasons you guys have just said. But it does go back to Blutman. I mean, and we're talking about a hypothetical win against Miami, which we do believe is a legit team. But if we're talking about Florida and how they were ranked and all the potential going into the season, and they are obviously complete ass, then that's not necessarily a great win either, if that's what we're going off of the rankings, right?
I agree. I'm not a Florida guy. I haven't been a Florida guy.
That's true.
I think I said in the SEC preview, that team wins 4 games. Their head coach is fired before or after the Mississippi State loss. I'm not a Florida guy, but when you factor in things, USF is a group of 5 team who is at a talent disadvantage when they're playing against Florida. They're playing in a very difficult environment. They're 17.5-point underdogs. They go in there, they scratch, they claw, they fight, they come out with the victory, albeit a bit fluky because a kid on Florida decides to spit a loogie on the opponent, and that's where it unravels. And if you want to get deeper into it, Boise State, I'm not a big proponent of Boise State either. I think that they're going to go in there and take advantage of a very weak MWC in 2025. But that was more of a difficult game for Boise State, with all things considered, that was for USF, right? So I don't know.
I think they would be deserving of a top 10 ranking for sure.
I got you. So I'll say the reason why Dave would say number 1, this was the argument in the cave. He thinks if you lose week 1, regardless of opponent, you should not be in the top 25.
Yeah, he's a moron.
It's just completely binary with him. I exist in more gray area, but you know what? I'd put him in top fucking 5 for fucking sure. But I live in a world where in 2007, South Florida made it all the way to number 2 in the entire country. And that was fine because you know what? They lost their way out of number 2. We let the play on the field decide. And thus far in the season, I don't care what you think about those teams' futures and the settings that they entered the game in. There probably wouldn't be a team in the entire country that would have a better 3-game resume. So yeah, let's juice up fucking our guy Byron Brown to number 5 if he beats Miami.
Kayce, do another ad.
Another ad. Sorry, let me pull that up really quick. That is completely my fault. Brandon, just talk for just a sec. Firehouse. That's what you want to talk about, Brandon. You want to talk about Firehouse. And I know we've talked about it a bunch, but the New York Steamer is one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. The hook and ladder is still my favorite, but Brandon, you have turned me on to the New York Steamer. To the New York Steamer.
It's quite the move you busted out, Brandon. I didn't know you could do New York Steamer. You did 6 the other day.
I
think he actually had 7 at the end of the day, right? Didn't you actually have another one for the car ride, or did you eat that one on the podcast?
Well, you said she's coming back to make me some more, right?
She is.
Okay.
Brandon, I know, LaTanya, when I tell you that she was so happy, I know I said it on Saturday, Firehouse as a whole could not believe that we didn't need to spit the sandwiches out because we were eating them too much. They were like, they actually love these sandwiches. I was like, you don't understand. You give Brandon Walker a New York Steamer, he'll eat it for every meal for the rest of his life.
Yep, I love it. So get up to $10 off your first order at Firehouse. Check them out. They're the best.
Go make an account first. No, I was saying go make an account. You get $10 off and watch Brandon eat those New York Steamers.
Blutman, a lot of these questions are for you, so I'll just let you have the first bite at the apple here. Can I get a bottom 5 Power 4 teams from Blutman? It's a group exercise too, but go ahead.
I think that there's a clear-cut 7. I'll say the 7, and I think maybe as a group we could consensusly rank them. The ACC, Wake Forest, and Stanford. The Big 12, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and I'm very comfortable putting Kansas State into this mix. And then the SEC doesn't have one. The Big 10's got UCLA and Northwestern. Clear-cut 7.
I don't think UCLA's in that mix, are they?
Brother.
I guess they are. They're 0-2. Yeah, I guess they are.
I will be careful with the words I'll say here. How do I say this?
Just say what you really want to say.
I've been hearing it's one of the worst run football teams people have ever seen.
No way. What? The guy who'd never been a coach before gave the worst press conference I've ever seen at Big Ten Media Days. That guy? What?
I will put my legacy on the line. It's one of the worst run programs people have ever seen.
Their assistant.
Keegan, what we weren't finished with that one. Bottom 5 teams. You said Wake Forest and Stanford. You said Northwestern and UCLA. You said Kansas State and West Virginia, and who's the other one?
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State is.
They're good answers.
Is UCF in that mix?
No, I think they barely. Yeah.
There's a name.
Conversation for sure.
I don't know.
Fucking Scott Frost fucking sucks.
Yeah, throw them in there. Why not?
I mean, to Brandon's original UCF point, they did hire Alex Grinch, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I also don't know how safe Kentucky is from this list.
I gave Kentucky a pass because they played a competent Ole Miss team and battled them.
I do feel like Kentucky would beat all the teams we just named. I hate Kentucky. You know I'm fucking Mark Poop's hater number 1.
It's a sad state of affairs that Oklahoma State's on that list and Mike Gundy's still the head coach. Like that, like I know that he's young enough and like, whatever, but like it's like live long enough to become a villain type of thing. Why are they so bad?
Yeah.
Is Purdue off that list?
Yes, because Barry Odom.
Odom, yeah. They look like a very competent football team, which isn't saying much because I don't know how many wins they'll get, but it's the night and day difference from Walters.
Barry Odom will figure it out.
All right, chat. Chad, I'm out of Twitter questions, so give me some questions in there. I got one more. Angus Kavanaugh, and I'll throw this one to Big Ab first. Should Penn State be ranked as a top 10 team? They look mid this year and do the same bullshit every year. Stay in the top 5 and do absolutely nothing. They haven't been to the Big Ten Championship since 2016, have only won it twice. I think this is the most overrated program ever. That sounds personal, but Big Ab, what do you think about that?
He also, what he said was incorrect. They were in the Big Ten Championship game last year.
Correct.
They were, yeah.
So yeah, that'd be incorrect. I think everyone in this panel obviously believes they 100% should be in the top 10. They should be in the top 5 because they're a team as like Blutman. A lot of the points Blutman made were absolutely correct about the rankings, but this is a team that you can actually like go back on. Look at all the players are very similar. They have a lot of the core guys are still there from last year and the last couple of years. Same quarterback, running backs, all these guys, some defensive players. So I mean, they're clearly worthy of that rank. I mean. They're also, I understand, like, they didn't look great against FIU. They still shut them out. Like, their offense was lackadaisical and lethargic, and they still pitch a shutout on defense. And, I mean, they played teams. They beat the shit out of both of them. I don't know. What can you say? I mean,
people have a bizarre hang-up over James Franklin, Penn State. They have this weird thought that they're the most overrated things ever, and they never win anything. They were in the Final Four last year and were one bad pass away from playing for a national title. There was 24-24. Their quarterback made a terrible pass, lost them the game. They were right there to play for a national championship 8 months ago. And people act like, well, they never won anything. They haven't done anything since 2016. Like he said, they were in the Big Ten title game last year.
I think there's somewhere, at least I land somewhere in the middle, Brandon. You and I have gone back and forth on Penn State and Drew Aller forever. When people say they're overrated and they're awful and all that, that's wrong. I mean, that's just clearly wrong. Like the talent alone says that. Until James Franklin does it, which we will see. And I understand making it to the Final Four and all that's great. He still does have that cloud over him that for whatever reason, it seems like he's the reason they can't get over the hump. No matter who's at quarterback, no matter what talent they have, he has not been able to do that since he's been at Penn State.
I know people say that, and fine, you're saying it, and other people say it. They can't win under James Franklin. They can't win under James Franklin. They can't win under James Franklin. But every coach we've seen recently had it over their head at some point. Kirby Smart had it over his head at some point.
Yeah, and they all had to fight through it.
And
they had to fight through it. So James Franklin's got to fight through it. We're going to keep fucking saying it.
It's just like you can't. It's a narrative thing. It's just a
like you can't do it. It's
pushed. Well, but I will say this though, Brandon. His record is outlier tough against top 10 teams. Like he's also outlier consistent against the lower teams. Like he's achieved something that almost no coaches do, but the record is really tough against top 10 teams.
But also, I guess to defend him, who really has a great record?
No one has a great record, but that's why I'm saying outlier. Ev, you know what he is? Isn't he like 2 in like?
He's just never beaten. He just like
or something.
He just hasn't really beaten Ohio State besides 2017.
But also, guys, this is a function of the championship expectation. It's what we talked about before the season.
He's raised their bar so much higher than when he got there.
It's
brutal. They were nothing when he got there.
but he's also been there for a lot longer than some of the guys that are mentioned. And I mean, not like forever longer, but I mean, Kirby Smart did it pretty quickly. Like
Kirby's outlier though. Kirby,
you know what I'm saying? It's like every time the argument comes up, it was like, well, Kirby couldn't beat Saban until he did it, or right? It's like, well,
Dabo is the example.
They got there much quicker than he's done it.
Dabo is the example because, like Brandon's pointed out in the past, Clemsoning was an adjective or a noun, or is that a verb? It's a verb, right? Thank you. Clemsoning was a literal verb in that you will fuck it up when it matters most, and Dabo fought through that. So maybe Franklin just needs his Trevor Lawrence. So maybe that's Drew Aller, or actually, Deshaun Watson.
I'm not buying that Kirby and Ryan Day did it quicker than James Franklin. Kirby and Ryan Day both took the keys to a car that was already running pretty damn good.
Well, maybe not Kirby. Bro.
Kirby definitely.
Mark Richt was a good coach.
No, he was a good coach. Okay, wait, no. But Bill O'Brien had Penn State in a good. Isn't that who James Franklin took over for?
Bill O'Brien took him
out, but they were.
Bill O'Brien took him out of the ditch.
Yeah,
and
they were good.
And James Franklin put him back on the road.
Yes. I think Franklin had to take Penn State a lot further than Kirby has had to take Georgia. He's went further. He's won the championships. But when he took over Penn State, they were still kind of like on the – I mean, before they won that game against us in 2017, that like he was potentially on the outs. Like they were ready to get like kind of quit on him early. And he won that game, and it kind of changed the trajectory of the program.
That's true.
Now, here's my question, Brandon. We can move off of Penn State because I know it's going to be forever. But like they did make the Final Four, but they weren't playing – the hardest teams in the Final Four to get there. James Franklin didn't have to like punch up to get there.
No, but the path was the path. Like,
and that's not his fault. I'm not saying, but like the narrative of like him being able to beat these like top 10 teams and the teams that are bigger weights than him, he didn't have to do that in the playoff last year.
He has to punch up at some point. He has to knock out a big boy, dude. He has to get in a heavyweight fight, fucking take his nuts and rip him off. And he hasn't been able to do that.
Let's see. Is Heupel a top 5 SEC coach?
Ooh.
Thank you for the super chat.
Okay, so we all know. Okay, so Brian Kelly's 1. We agree on that. Okay,
Kirby 1.
Okay, Kirby 2. Okay.
Kirby 1. All right. Let me stop here. Let's gather the possible suspects. Kirby.
Yeah.
Sark.
Yeah.
Heupel.
Mm-hmm.
Elko hadn't been there long enough. Freeze has been trash.
I mean, Kelly probably has to be in a top 5.
Lane Kiffin, Brian Kelly,
Clark
Lee, Beamer, Drink
might be working his way in there, bro.
Heupel's pretty easily a top 5 SEC coach.
Very comfortably.
Yeah, I think you can make the argument that Drink is, even he's a nerd, and we love to see it. He's in there.
I think it's tougher for Drink to get in there. I would say Heupel taking them to the playoff already, taking them to number 1 a couple of years ago. That's a program that was also in the ditch for a while.
I think there's an argument for 3 as a ceiling.
Yeah,
I don't think it's crazy.
So he's behind Kirby and Sark right now?
Yeah, yes. Kirby, Sark,
I don't think
Heupel.
It's crazy to put him 3.
How about this? Kirby, Sark, Heupel, Kelly, Drink.
Or do
we want Lane?
I would put Lane over Drink right now.
I put Lane in
there.
I
would put Lane 4.
Lane, I mean, why? What has he done except for fuck up playoff opportunity? I don't know.
I mean, he's had the same success.
Kick Kelly out.
So
you're right. Kick Kelly out, kick Lane out, and put DeBoer and Drink in.
But also, you talk about inheriting stuff. I mean, what Ole Miss has did before him, like he didn't walk in with these like loaded rosters. They've had the best seasons they've ever had under Lane Kiffin.
That's true. Okay, that's true. You're right. Let's put Lane at 5.
Let's put
Lane at 5.
I want to fight. I want to fight, T-Bob. You want to fight?
I don't know. What's the fight?
Kalen DeBoer is absolutely not a top 5 coach in the SEC.
I don't want that fight. Go for it. Yeah, fuck him. Kick him out.
Okay.
I'll fucking kick his ass to the curb right now.
I want to fight.
No.
Brandon, by the way, complete side note, like I was talking to the Big Noon Kickoff people on social today, and they said that they have I don't know if I sent it to you or not. They have a photo of you, like when you saw Mark Ingram's reaction to you saying like whatever you said about Alabama, and that he like legitimately had to and he had to like stop himself. And it was like, that man wanted to agree with you. He'll never say it on national TV, but he wanted to agree with you. He wanted it so bad.
Because you know why, Kayce? You know why? Because they're Saban guys.
Yes.
And I've seen this firsthand because I literally went to LSU after Nick Saban left. And all the older guys were crossovers from Saban and Miles, and they would just talk shit constantly about how much different it was under Les Miles than Nick Saban. Like, they like every former Saban playing out there, they will not say it publicly because they want to support the school, but they are fucking disgusted with what they are witnessing on Saturday, and they're all grousing into one another about this would have never happened when we were there. What do you think Coach would have done? We'd been fucking running. You'd have been kicked out of the blah, blah, blah. They're all getting in their group text, and they're just shitting on him constantly.
I would love a real like truth serum of all the Alabama guys that are on national TV, because when Brandon threw that out at him, you could just feel it for like the few seconds that he paused. We could all feel it sitting on that set. Like he wants to agree with him so bad, but he knows he can't.
Wait, so let's finalize our top 5.
I will not give away any information, but there was a private conversation after the show.
Exactly.
Yes,
You don't need to give it away. It's obvious.
No, I didn't say anything. All right, top 5. Kirby Smart is 1.
Yes. Sark 2.
Sark is 2. I think Heupel's easy 3.
We'll go Hype 3. Yeah, I think Ev's right. Ev's absolutely right.
I put Lane 4.
And then Drink 5. Drink or Kelly 5.
Lane and Drink over.
I mean, if we give Lane credit for bringing Ole Miss to heights they were not at before, what Drink has established at Mizzou is actually insane. They could be looking at a third 10-win season in 4 years.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing with Clark Lee, and what he's been able to do with Vanderbilt is pretty ludicrous.
True, but not as many wins. Not as good.
Yeah, but it's Vanderbilt.
But it's where you start.
But not as many years either.
But Missouri also wasn't horrible before him. Missouri, I mean, under Pinkel, they weren't that bad.
I thought they were awful under Pinkel, weren't they? I don't know for sure off the top of my head.
We got morons here. I think Drink and Beamer have done more for their schools than Lane. Beamer just absolutely hasn't. Beamer's got 1 9-win season. We're going to act like he's done more than Lane has. Lane beat him 27-3 in Columbia last year.
Coach and bits.
How was Barry Odom at Missouri? They couldn't have been that like.
Oh no, they were trash with Odom. Was he after Pinkel? I can't remember.
But he was after Pinkel.
I can't remember.
I don't think people respect enough how bad Ole Miss was before Lane, to be honest.
I mean, horrible.
Hugh Freeze had Ole Miss rolling, though.
No, but Hugh Freeze wasn't there. It was Matt Luke.
No, I know that. But I'm saying we've seen coaches get Ole Miss rolling in the past. To be fair, I guess Mizzou was like good 07 and shit, too. I mean, you play this game, you're going to find a solid run from Mizzou team, except for South Carolina, which is why you got to get the old ball coach credit, because they've been playing football for 130 years, and that's the only fucking time they were consistently good.
I mean,
all right, let me get another question over here. You got
the SEC East like back-to-back years when they
joined? Dude, the East was so bad. The East was, but yes, they did.
I understand
back in like
that,
07, 08 and stuff.
It wasn't like Ole Miss, like where, I mean, and yes, Hugh Freeze was there, but like Missouri coming right into the
07,
conference, right into the conference and winning that division. I mean, they were good.
See, Rod Favre, this is a summertime question. This question right here is a question you should ask in like July. We're in the middle of a season right now. You're asking what are the 5 best jobs in college football. Now, I did have some menstruating Florida fans the other day getting mad at me when they were like, hey, how good's the Florida job? Is it better than the Alabama job? I said, no, it's not better than the Alabama job. I said, yeah, it is. Yeah, we got resources. We got Florida. We got all this stuff. No, Alabama's a top 5 job. Florida's like a top 10 to 15 job. Florida's a great job. Florida's a terrific job. It ain't the Alabama job.
No, one interesting element of Florida, though, is that Billy Napier, as disastrous as it's been, his biggest win has been unlocking the Florida purse strings. Yeah. And so whoever comes next will benefit because he got the new facilities built. He got more money committed to the program than it was previously. But he's just not the guy, unfortunately, to take advantage of that increased resource.
I would go in no order. 3 that have to be there: Texas, Alabama, Ohio State. Are 3 of the top 5 jobs in the country.
I think Oregon's
Georgia.
Oregon and
Who?
I mean
Georgia without a doubt.
Georgia. I think Oregon, just because you will never run out of money at Oregon ever. Like it is.
I think that's overstated a little bit. No, you're right. Oregon money is incredible. Georgia money and Ohio State money, it might not be as loud as Oregon money. You know, it might not be as forward as Oregon money with Phil Knight, but it is absolutely there.
They're even. They're all even. They're even money-wise. They're even money-wise.
When you look at money-wise, but when you look at like just the, every year, like where guys want to go, and it's the reason that flashy is good for these high schoolers is because they want to be flashy. So as long as that Oregon has that, and I mean, obviously, like right now, it is like the trendy thing. They've got a young coach, but I agree. Like it's the money at this point is kind of.
I mean, what about the school that's won 3 national championships in the last 3 head coaches? Who
I was
else
about to say
that, bitches?
Yeah. So I think Texas, Alabama, Ohio State are in, no problem. I think Georgia is probably my number 4. Now, for that 5th spot, I think LSU has a big case. I think Michigan has a big case. You can cheat there, and they'll just suck your cock. I think you can. Let's see. I think.
What about Notre Dame?
It's Notre Dame. Yeah, I was going to say Notre Dame.
Because the 2 for the 5th for me was LSU, Notre Dame. Those are the 2 I was thinking of.
Now that we're a couple of decades, now we're 15 years away from all the shit. I think Penn State's back to being up in that mix to be a top job like that, and USC should be. It isn't, but it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I think Oregon has to be solidified in the top 5 because as of today, I was talking about it with Big T earlier. Actually, as of today, they own that entire Western region.
Yeah, true. Actually, true.
Got them in there.
It's they own so like my top 2 will always be Ohio State and Georgia because they're the flagships with no in-state competition. They both have very successful state economies. They have high populations and they have incredibly high per capita talent. So they have every element that you could dream of. Like LSU has some of that. LSU's a flagship. They have high per capita talent, but they don't have the population and they don't have that much money. And so it's like Ohio State and Georgia seem to check every single box. And Texas just has overwhelming money. And even though they have in-state talent, they just have talent. It's Texas.
Christopher Cohey says Georgia does not have money like the Big Ten Blue Bloods. No way. If you saw what happened in that state when Kirby Smart took over and they had some come to Jesus meetings about how they were going to acquire talent, I promise you would be shocked at the Georgia's got it, buddy. Georgia's fucking got it.
I feel like there are very few teams in the SEC or the Big Ten that don't got it. Like there's levels to it. There's obviously levels to it.
Yeah, but some people got it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, some people can just, give their coach $90 million to go away, and some can't. But
hey, look, A&M, you check the money box.
We just don't. I understand. Hey, I'm just pointing.
It's just everywhere else.
Hey, Saturday. All right, listen. I got a couple days to get ready for Saturday. All right.
It's like Dan Carlin, Hardcore History. You should definitely listen. You never had. It's like him talking about the Japanese in World War II. He says they're like everyone else, only more so. That's Ohio State and Georgia. They're like everyone else, only more so.
What's the most likely upset this weekend? I need to calibrate my thoughts on this one. Do you have an ad to read, Kayce?
I want to say, while you do that, let me talk about DraftKings because they have a new game of the week with a special profit boost for all customers. So all you have to do is opt in for a game this Saturday, and you'll score a single-use profit boost token for the game. So whether you're betting on your go-to team or an underdog, Saturdays are yours to own with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Again, it is a special game of the week promo. You have to make sure that you opt in. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code RUFF. That's code RUFF for all customers for a special profit boost on the college game of the week in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
I think this answer is so obvious. I think it is the most obvious thing that could possibly be obvious. I can't imagine anybody's going to have a different one now. Obviously, USF against Miami, that could be a competitive game and stuff like that. Arkansas at Ole Miss is one that I got circled that could possibly be an upset. If you want to call Texas A&M beating a winless Notre Dame an upset, you could do it. But I think there's 2. Now I just got to another one. I think there's 2. Big Ev, you have 2 fingers, and I think you're going to say the exact same. I know one you're going to say because you just can't stop sucking this team's dick. But go ahead.
I think I know who it is too. I want to
go ahead with the 2, Big Ev.
No, Tennessee's the first one. I think. They're at home. I think Tennessee's definitely one of them for sure.
Oh, that was it. So I didn't have that one.
Oh, that was one of mine.
I could have. I'm going to suck all dicks.
Oh fuck.
We're losing Big Ev.
Wait, Ev, you broke up for a second right when you were making a good dick sucking joke. That sucks.
I'm saying there's 3 of them because Georgia's one. Okay. Georgia Tech. You want to talk about line movement?
Yes, Georgia Tech, Clemson. Yes.
You want to talk line movement in that game? That was 7.5 before this weekend. Now it's 3.5.
Yeah.
Big time line movement. It's at Georgia Tech's interesting. And then also, you're going to give my guy Diego Pavia 5 points at South Carolina. Shame on you. They might fuck around win that game. Watch out. Watch out.
The two I had in mind were absolutely Georgia Tech at home against Clemson, and then Vanderbilt on the road against the South Carolina team, who's number 11 in the country, and just have not looked good at all. And people said, "Oh, did you see us? We beat Virginia Tech." Yeah, then Vanderbilt went on the road and beat the holy fucking shit out of Virginia Tech.
Yes, they did. That game's going to be good. Ev, that's sneaky. Like, I don't want to say me versus you because we're not teams, but you love Diego and I love Lenoris. So that's
also a game. That game before this weekend was like 8.5. Now it's 5.5. They don't like what they see from South Carolina, and they like what they see from Vanderbilt.
So that's a necessary roughness proxy war. Y'all aren't directly clashing, but you're both kind of funding the teams that are a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's a pickoff. And Ev beat me in a pickoff last week. I beat Brandon in a pickoff the week before. Listen, it just happens. It goes that way.
And we're talking 6'5", 240 versus 5'10", 205. Just built to just balls and just
David and Goliath over here.
See, that's why but that is why college football is so great. What Ev's hitting on here, the narratives. This is a Rocky story, a bit of an underdog story. This is Drago and fucking Rocky here, the Italian stallion. Can Pavia do it for the tiny guys?
Entertainment is all about telling stories. I'm just painting a picture for the people.
Telling stories like top 10 ranked teams going into the season.
Arkansas at Ole Miss is tickling my balls a little bit too.
I like that one too, Brandon. I like the points there.
Brandon, you know what I was thinking about too, and I know we were at Cosm later in the season last year. We were there in like mid-October, but you remember what happened with LSU when we were there last time. We had to like delay the stream because you watched, Ole Miss lose to LSU in that crazy game.
Oh, that was awesome.
So
yeah, I just realized. So Saturday night we're going to be at Cosm, right? And you're going to be watching A&M Notre Dame. Is Florida LSU at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
T-Bob, what do you think about that?
I don't know. We'll have like a laptop on or something, right?
No, that they got that big dome, but there's side TVs too.
Oh, great. That's fine.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're being the Thunderdome.
I have eaten enough mushrooms in the Sphere in Vegas to put down a small village. I cannot fucking wait to get into Cosm and experience what it's like to live inside the game.
Kayce, any more ads?
Just after Saturday, maybe just no shrooms.
I'm not gonna, guys. I'm saying it publicly. We're doing a show afterwards, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat any mushrooms. Not even a microdose.
Kayce, any more ads?
Discipline.
Yeah. Just one more DraftKings. So the rivalries are.
I would love to, but I'm not going to.
It's on the record. We all love DraftKings. We know this. DraftKings has amazing promos. And right now, if you are a new customer, if you're just turning of age of gambling or whatever, you don't have to go all in. All you have to do is bet just $5 and get $200 instantly. So doesn't matter if it's college football, NFL, anything that's going on. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RUFF. That's code RUFF for new customers. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours again. Anything you could possibly want, just go place that first bet. Of course, make an account and then look at all the different specials and props that are on there, but you just got to bet $5.
All right. Well, next be with you on Thursday morning when you can download. We'll get our episode and we'll talk about this week's games. Monday Night Football starting in just a minute. So this was an hour show live tonight. Blutman, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts are there are two upsets you guys didn't touch on. Monmouth going at Charlotte. That's a bad Charlotte team. I like Albin a lot, head coach, but he's got his work cut out for him. Should have stayed at OU, up in Athens, Ohio. And then let's be quite honest, one of the worst teams in the country. Friday night, playing against New Mexico. I'd love to lose. I'd love to hit rock.
UCLA. I like whenever
you guys think I'm kidding though. I'm not. I'm being.
No, he's been saying that. I think you were saying that last summer, Blutman. This is not changed.
Everyone overreacted like things were okay last year, and I knew this is. I don't know.
I like doing a stolen valor thing with Blood where he starts talking about games that I don't know, and I just go, yeah.
They were frisky last year. I just want to say that they covered some spreads. They were frisky.
They did, but it gave so much false hope to so many people. And these are my final thoughts. I'll try to wrap it up quickly. It stinks being such a diehard fan who has bled Bruin blood for so long, and then it's like, oh, we have maybe 30 fans that actually care, and I'm one of them. That's tough. We have this entire college football world, galaxy, so many people who talk about their teams and they're so happy. Look at Brandon just a few days ago. That's so cool and cute and everything. And then you look at me, the most pessimistic UCLA, but that's like what all 30 of us UCLA diehards are. We're the most pessimistic people because there's been nothing to be positive about in so long. And it's tough when, again, you look around the scene. Find me one other guy that's a big time UCLA fan that's in the college football game. Find me one big time UCLA fan that cares. It's like MJD and me, and that's it. So it's tough when to be able to build a good team in this era. I legitimately have to tweet. I tweeted Jeremiah Smith a few months ago. Hey man, I'll give you $50 million to come play at UCLA. I don't have that money. We don't have a big time donor who's willing to pay up like that. We don't have we have an athletic director who would rather swipe up on girls' stories than get the program in shape. So I'm stuck here. I'm helpless. I scream into the void month after month, hoping for change and knowing I'll never get it. And it's just tough. Bryce Underwood, I'll give you $23 million. Come play for UCLA. Kalen DeBoer, come reclaim your status at UCLA. Let's fix this. Martin Jarmond, you're a bad at AD. Final thoughts. Goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do this every week. We're so bad. Goodbye.
Brandon,
Troy,
are you excited to watch
man?
Troy, are you excited to watch your favorite quarterback tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited that people can finally realize that if he doesn't hand off to the best running backs in the country, that he's not very good. So it's going to be exciting.
Okay. And we'll have the full week 3 preview on Wednesday. We'll all be in Chicago.
All right. That's Unnecessary Roughness. Thanks for joining us live. We'll see you next time.